Dear little V, let's sit with this reality for a second. Loneliness. I've been talking to some of my girlfriends lately about how, as adults, life can feel lonely sometimes, and how we're craving connection more than ever. It's one of those feelings we all experience, but a lot of us don't talk about. And I don't mean loneliness because we're physically alone. Often we're surrounded by people. Friends, our families, we work, we socialize, we heart each other's stories, and we send each other texts. I'm talking about a different kind of loneliness that creeps in. It's the kind that comes from a real lack of connection. Perhaps we don't feel truly seen for who we are, but more for what we've achieved, how we appear, or what we can do for others. Somewhere along the way, we stopped connecting deeply and started performing. And social media hasn't helped, has it? We're more connected than ever, but it's like we've built walls instead of bridges. We show curated versions of ourselves, our best angles, our happiest moments, and mistake those for connection. And the more we lean on those surface level interactions, the further we drift from the real and raw connection we're looking for. And let's not ignore what adulthood does to us. We start to guard our hearts. We've been hurt before, let down, or left behind, and we carry those scars into every interaction, whether we know it or not. We sit there awkwardly, afraid to really see each other, afraid to really talk about anything, afraid to connect and open up to each other. We're afraid to be ourselves. We keep it light, surface level, safe, because being vulnerable feels too risky. But the irony, the very thing we're avoiding, opening up, is the thing that would set us free. Let me tell you, my girl, loneliness doesn't come from being alone. It comes from feeling like no one really knows you or understands you, like no one would still love you if they saw all of you. Here's another hard truth. The world often teaches us to value each other for the wrong things. We're seen for what we do, what we've achieved, how we present ourselves, not for who we are at our core. And we start doing it to ourselves too. We lead with what's on the outside, hoping it'll be enough to make someone stick around. But the deepest connections in life aren't built on those things. They're built on truth, on two people seeing each other fully and unconditionally and saying, I'm here. So how do we fix this? How do we stop feeling so disconnected in a world that's supposed to keep us closer than ever right now? First, we have to get real with ourselves. We have to stop settling for shallow connections and start seeking the ones that matter, that make us feel like we matter. That means being brave enough to say, here's who I really am. Here's what I'm feeling. Here's what I need. It's so foreign and it's so scary, I know. But honey, vulnerability is the antidote to loneliness. It's what makes friendships less fake and more genuine. And listen, we're all busy. Life pulls us in a million directions, and sometimes it feels like there's no time for connection. But the truth is, we make time for what matters. So start small. Text someone you miss. Ask them how they're really doing. Not just, how are you? But how are your heart and mind lately? Anything been weighing on you? Why does that feel so foreign to us, even with the people closest to us? And maybe what we need to do first is to get to know ourselves, to ask ourselves those questions. Once we feel more connected to ourselves, we are much more likely to develop a better connection with others. Make space for the kind of conversations that go beyond the surface. And when someone gives you that space, step into it, lean into it, share your truth, let yourself be seen. Here's something else to remember. Loneliness isn't a failure, it's just a feeling. It's not proof that you're unlovable or you're not doing life right. It's a sign that you're craving something real, something meaningful, and that is beautiful, girlfriend. That's human. It would be weird to not want connection as a human being, so lean into it. The next step is to honor that craving. Seek out the kind of connection that fills your soul, not your schedule, not your social media feed, but your soul. And if you can't easily find it in others at first, like I said, start with yourself. You can be your own best friend in the meantime. So start carving out time with yourself. Become your best self, your own best friend. And once you step into your true spirit, your light, it will attract the right people. Trust me. So the next time you feel that ache of loneliness, don't run from it. Sit with it. Let it guide you. And just know that it's a universal feeling. We all feel it, some more than others. But you are not alone, my girl. We as adults are looking for so many of the same things. We just have to be courageous enough to change things up. So why not be the one to be different? Why not be the brave one? Until the next letter, with all my love, V.